Bermuda may roll back marriage equality, and that could have a widespread international impact. Two anti-gay Trump nominees won't get to be judges after all, and now can return to ghost hunting. A court has ruled that trans military enlistment must start in a few weeks, and the Department of Justice is scrambling to stop it. And Roy Moore lost his election, so why isn't he likely to go away anytime soon? We'll have all that on Weekly Debrief, LGBT news that affects you, plus actions you can take. Marriage equality is just inches away from being repealed in Bermuda. The British territory legalized marriage last May, but this week legislators voted to roll it back and replace it with domestic partnerships. It's not a done deal yet. Governor John Rankin still needs to sign the bill, so now there's intense pressure for him to issue a veto. This rollback is worrisome because it could provide a roadmap for other countries. If Bermuda is about to roll back the clock on equality, we could see similar strategies employed all over the world. And in a strange twist, the American states of Indiana and North Carolina might actually help protect equality in Bermuda. When those two states passed harsh anti-LGBT bills, they suffered economic losses due to a drop in business and tourism. Now, in lobbying Governor Rankin, organizers in Bermuda have pointed specifically to those states as proof that discriminatory laws pose economic harm. It's a reminder that protests and boycotts for equality can have an international impact. There were some unusual judicial victories in the United States this week. Two of Trump's worst judicial nominees will no longer be considered for lifetime appointments. Trump had nominated Jeff Mateer, who called trans kids evidence of Satan and boasted about discriminating against LGBT people. After heavy criticism, his nomination will not proceed. Joining him is Brett Talley, who opposes marriage equality and never even tried a case. Despite being rated as unqualified to be a judge by legal experts, Talley is, in his spare time, a ghost hunter, so now he'll have more time to pursue that interest. This week, a judge in my hometown of Seattle ruled that trans soldiers should be allowed to enlist starting on January 1st. There are multiple lawsuits around trans enlistment, and they're far from a final resolution, but this ruling allows new soldiers to enlist while proceedings continue. Trump's Justice Department criticized the ruling and said that they would continue to try to find ways to block enlistment from starting in January. And by a margin of 2 percentage points, the multiply disgraced ex-judge Roy Moore lost his Senate race. Doug Jones will be headed to Congress in just a few weeks. There's some disagreement about how soon he'll be allowed to sit. Moore has so far refused to concede, but the vote isn't close enough for an automatic recount, so he's pretty much out of options. But his retirement won't be quiet. At least one of the women accusing him of sexual misconduct plans to file a lawsuit. Doug Jones was able to win in Alabama thanks to a strong network of volunteers. It's a preview of what might be possible in next year's midterm elections, but for more wins like that, more volunteers are needed. For this week's action item, head over to victoryfund.org. That's a group with a proven track record of success when it comes to electing LGBTs and allies. Click on Take Action to find out how you can help make Congress queerer wherever you live. As always, let me know your thoughts at Matt Baum on Twitter. If there are any stories that need covering, give me a heads up in the YouTube comments. Keep sharing these videos, and I'll debrief you next week.